Welcome everyone to
We're live.
Another episode of Flu Talks. More health, less bullshit. Today we are here with our friend.
There's too much bullshit, bro. I like that intro. More health or less bullshit.
More health, less
bullshit.
So today we are here with our boy, Mr. Red.
Hola.
Mr. Red is an incredible comedian from Miami. If you guys don't know him, follow him.
I think you want to say Miami's top comedian.
You're damn right.
Number
I
one
didn't say it.
comedian.
You saying it. I'm not saying that.
So not
I'm
only is
saying-
Mr. Red here, but the beautiful Fayana, my wife, is here to referee this because obviously me and him are not going to be able to behave. We're not going to be able to behave properly, but it's going to be very entertaining. So let's get the show on the road. ¿Qué cuenta?
Aquí, bro.
What's going on?
Nothing, bro.
When I called you yesterday and told you, hey, do you want to come on?
I was in Home Depot when you called me. I was looking for a light. I need to buy a light. I told you. Did he tell you the story?
No.
Yeah.
A light for what?
I was looking for a light.
Because I was trying to light up my green screen. I have a green screen at home. I was trying to light it up. And I was trying to get a light to light it up, but it didn't work out.
I was looking for a light.
Didn't work.
For something else.
No, a light to sit here and fucking do this podcast with us today. Do a podcast with us today. But no, bro, the reason why it is that I called you is because, first of all, we've been doing IVs for you and your families for a while.
Yes.
Health definitely means a whole lot to you.
I'm plugged up right now. Where's the... Ahí está la
Ahí
cama,
está.
mira.
So
Estoy conectado.
most people know you for being ha ha ha, but they never have gotten into that real awesome deep conversations like me and you have about actual health. And I was like,
Right.
bro, why don't we try to see if we do this on air so people know that not only are you un come mierda, pero coño, you
A healthy come mierda.
a healthy come
Healthy come
mierda.
mierda.
A healthy come mierda, pero bro, like I know this shit about health. I was like, coño, bro, that's freaking awesome. So let's talk about first real fast how it is that we met because
How did you guys meet?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
you remember I told you this? All right, so one day when FLULESS first started, I was actually going around and just knocking on people's door. I'd walk around with
B2B.
B2B, all right? Pinchos in my hand. So I went around with the little cooler, with the FLULESS cooler, and I had NAD injections with me. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can make a relationship with the only in date people. And I de repente, I pulled over, I walked inside there with my cooler, and I was like if I own this bitch.
They must have looked at you like you were crazy.
And I was like, hey, what's up? I own this company.
But when he looked at me, I looked at him, and I just saw the trust in his eyes. And I go, everybody in the room was like...
That's why she married me.
Everybody in the room...
Like a bromance?
Everybody in the room was like, I don't want no fucking injection. I don't fucking trust this guy. And I go, oye. I look at him and I go, oye, ¿cómo tú te llamas? Danny, ven acá. Dame eso. Give it to me. Put it right here. Everybody looked at me like you
are
gonna
you
let him do it? And
insane?
I go, yeah, dog. I trust this guy.
I'm a stranger.
I trust him.
Like, mind you, it's almost like the same thing how some people come into your office and they're selling flowers. Hola, ¿cómo están? And it's usually
No, it's the
carnations or
jewelry.
something.
It's like the jewelry.
Or
And
the
they show you
jewelry.
the
And I was like,
box.
hey, what's up? Does anybody want some free injections of NAD so you could be wired and have an amazing day? And he was like, pick me. I was like, coño. And from
I'll be a
there...
lab rat.
From there, I gave you my business card, and I didn't think of it much. It ended up popping up on Only in Date, which is great. I mean, and from there, I think you and your family ended up getting sick. They got the...
Yeah, we ended up getting actually COVID. That was the end of 2021.
Yeah.
And we caught COVID like in December, and then, yeah, you came through.
Yeah. So we were blessed with the opportunity to be able to help you and your family out. And then that's when, I mean... One thing is to walk into somewhere and just have you for 2 or 3 seconds. Right there, you turn into a fan. I'm like, hey, what's up? Can you sign my chest or something like that?
You showed him your
Mr.
titty?
Red. No, I didn't show him my titty, but I
wanted to.
I do have the needle
You
that I
didn't drop the
injected
pants?
with him, and I do have that in my office here. It says Mr. Red. So, I mean, did you see it?
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it.
But
No, man, I met him, and honestly, like, you know, I'll stick to the motto, real, recognize real. Like, I have a good sense of a character of people. I'm a good judge of character. I meet a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people, and I can tell like right off the rip who's being authentic. I have a filter for it. So immediately, like I knew that he wasn't there, to do anything bad. So that's why I was like, I just went with my gut.
And then from there, it's pretty cool because
we built a relationship.
Our whole business has been built on people trusting us. Because just think about it, a complete stranger coming into your house to do some type of medical thing in your
Right.
house.
With
I mean,
needles.
it's either A, you feel like shit for real, Or B, you're like, well, whatever, hopefully this works out
Right.
properly. Or C, you follow us on Instagram, you see all the stuff that we do, and people
Well-
end up feeling trustworthy because they kind of get to
I'll
know
tell you my perspective on it, right? Would you like lately things have been pretty bad, like con
Yeah.
todo lo que está pasando, right? Pero I would much rather call you and spend 2 hours laughing and having a good time and getting the same treatment that I would spending 6 hours in an ER and being sent home with a slap on the back and que te vaya bien. I pretty much get the same thing, right? So I'd rather save 4 hours.
I'd rather you say 4 hours as well.
You know?
I mean, I used to work in the emergency room. I get it. It would listen. Let me
Tú
tell you, man. I worked in the
Coño,
ER.
papi, right here. You worked in the ER, I worked in the OR. Mira para allá, ER, OR.
Epa. Where did you work?
Where did you work?
Not in the OR.
Ah,
or the ER.
Or the ER.
You gotta find another letter there and then
Yeah.
put it in front of the R. You worked at the AR? No?
FR. For
I'm-
real, for real.
With the two of you, I'm afraid to answer anything. Okay.
No, I did. I worked in Baptist surgery. I worked
Oh,
there
you
for,
did?
I worked there for 5 years, yeah.
What'd you do there?
Bro, first of all, like, they didn't even want to hire me, dog, right? Like, I remember, this is my journey, how I wanted to get into the
No.
medical, into the medical
You?
field.
Please
Yeah.
tell me that you're doing marketing stuff for them now.
No, listen.
Soon enough, they're gonna knock on your door. Hey,
I wanted to
we're
get-
gonna hire you for something else.
So when I went to school, I wanted to be a PA. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go PA school, pa. Gotta get into the hospitals. Gotta start, working my way up. So I went and I tried to get a job. My cousin was working at South Miami, so I was like, oh, hey, bro, talk to your supervisor. Are they hiring? He's like, yeah, bro, blah. Bro, they wouldn't hire me. So I was like, oh, no, para la pinga. So I get on Baptist and I start applying myself. I wouldn't even get a call back, nothing. So I was like, coño, let me try to volunteer. I applied to volunteer. I got turned down for being a volunteer. And I was like, dog,
Not
am
even
I
as
that?
a volunteer.
Am I that
What?
bad? Am I that useless, dog? So I was like, no. I got so mad, brother, that I walked into Baptist, Maine, on Kendall and 87. And I'm walking in there and I'm like, where is volunteering services? That direction, pa, right in front of the cafeteria, pa, walk over there, pa. I go into the office. The lady's like,
limpia aquí lo que sea.
the lady goes, excuse me, sir, do you have an appointment? And I go, no, ma'am, I'm here because I applied to be a volunteer. And she goes, oh, yeah, today's the last day to apply. No, because you guys denied me. I go, why am I being denied? Like, I want to volunteer here. What's the deal? She goes, since you're here, you're showing me that you really want to be here. She goes, I'll give you the volunteering position right now. So she gave me the position. When she gave me the position, in volunteering, I asked to be in the transport department. So I started transporting around. I learned the hospital that way. Cool. Then after being there for like 2-3 weeks, I made friends with the manager in transport. His name was Ulysses, and he put me down with one of the HR guys, Chad Naylor. I'll never forget. Bro, I went over there and the guy's like, so you want a job here? And I go, yeah. He goes, you want to be in transport? And I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. He goes, there's a position open in the OR. And I'm like, operating room? He's like, yeah. I go, that's super dope. If I tell people I work in the OR,
That's super dope.
I get mad perks. Yeah, give me that.
Wait,
I was
and you
basi-
get to wear the uniform.
I didn't know. I
Papa.
was conned into it. I was basically a janitor for the OR.
You cleaned up after the surgeries,
I basically
bro?
did that and assisted at the same time. Assisted as an MSA, so I would help them bring in items, products, help hold the guy's leg up while a doctor scrubbed them down with iodine and did all the shit. Like I did all that, and then I clean up all the blood, clean up everything, you name it.
Look at that, man.
Nice.
So I did that, but on the spot in
Yeah.
the ER. You
Yeah,
guys prepare for us. We're like, oh look, you've got parts leaking out.
So then you've been
how
into
interesting.
so then you've been into health for a while then.
Well, I've been into health since I was like 11 or 12.
How,
'Cause
how
I
did
got-
you get into health?
I got really sick when I was young. I got really, really sick, and I was basically like in and out of the hospital for a year, a span of a year. I was in and out. I was admitted maybe 12, 13 times, and every time I was admitted, I was there for 2 to 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh my god.
For what?
I had pericarditis. So I have fluid around my heart and my lungs. As a child, they didn't know why. So they had to give me cortisone, prednisone. At the age of 12, I went from like 120 pounds to 225 pounds.
Guess
So I still have stretch marks like everywhere
Oh,
from when I
wow.
was a jit. Like this is all from when I was a kid, and it's all because I got really, really big. So nothing, bro. I got so sick in the hospital that they started giving me cortisone, prednisone, and then my stomach debilitated. So then the cortisone and the prednisone weakened my stomach, and I ended up getting ulcers and gastritis, and that's where it started.
Oh wow.
So with ulcers and gastritis at the age of 12, Imagínate, you can't have soda, you can't eat nothing fried, you can't have fast food, you can't eat nothing with red sauce, you can't eat nothing greasy, you can't eat esto, you can't eat nothing acidic, you can't have this, you can't have that.
So you were a European child.
Bro, from the age of 11, 12, I was eating boiled chicken and puré de malanga
¿Qué es eso, right?
for literally my whole life. So like
That
I
sounds like
grew
what-
up.
That sounds like what bodybuilders do to
So
be able to
then-
get on stage.
So then, as an adult, did that continue?
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
wanting
like-
to be healthy because of like what you had gone through as a kid.
I got used to eating food the way that it naturally is. So like when I go to a restaurant or when I go anywhere, like she knows. Like if I eat something, immediately I'll tell you this is good or bad. Like my body immediately like knows. Like yo, this food's not good. Like and I'll start burping immediately. I'll start repeating food immediately. So I just try to eat as clean as possible.
Were you always before you met Danny? Did you ever do an IV or was it?
No, I
The
was
first
always
time
just
was when-
healthy.
Okay.
I've always been like super into fitness, working out. Like after we had the baby, it's just been hard time, you know, like it's hard for me with time and my wife's job. It's hard. So I haven't been able to work out as much, but I just don't go to the gym now. I'll just try to ride bike, run or swim. One of those three things.
I mean, as long as you're keeping yourself
Something,
active,
doing something, bro.
It's gonna do something. So once you did transition into what would be the preventative health side, I mean, I would expect I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You took vitamins and stuff
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Like I didn't
Were you a vitamin type of person? Like I take my Centrum and stuff
I didn't
like
get
that?
I didn't get that serious until I started hitting the gym. So I after I got sick and all that and I gained all that weight. So I got sick at about 11, bro. I remember I was in the hospital for about a year and then my stomach debilitated. So then I was in the hospital for about another year dealing with now the ulcers and gastritis. So by the age of 14, I was like 250 pounds. So I joined Fit Kids.
Wow.
So I went to Fit Kids. I would walk from my house. I couldn't drive.
Wait, what's Fit Kids?
It was right
It's like a
next
gym
to
for
Burt
little
Bowl.
kids?
Right next to Burt Bowl, Miami Racket Fitness Center. There was a place there. It was 2 stories. The first floor was for fit kids, for overweight kids. It was a program called Fit Kids.
Oh, look what you
Really?
do.
And then on the bottom floor was the gym and the racquetball courts for the older people. So the kids would be upstairs and the older people would be downstairs, and they just had a training program for kids to be active. So I would go there and just do shit.
They
Play.
didn't have
I
that-
basically
they
started
didn't have that in
playing.
Cuba.
Bro, at
Mira
the
la
age of,
otra.
I was a 13-year-old.
No.
I was a 13-year-old walking into like LA Fitness and playing racquetball with adults. And I learned how to play racquetball. I started playing racquetball with the adults. I started whooping the adults' ass.
And at 250 pounds?
Yeah, bro. I started losing weight and I just started getting healthy. That was like when everything started.
Do you think that made it easier for you not to go back to that body type? Like once you've already been there, like I would expect 12 and that weight, you can still move, man. You can still move around. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool how little kids, even when they're big, they still move around and stuff like that. I mean, now if you guys are running or something like that, obviously you're gonna be one of the ones in the back or something like that. But do you think that once you ended up getting back to being like healthy, do you think that it's something in the back of your head of I never want to be there again?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like even now, if I feel that I gained 10, like a pound or 2, like if I feel my shirt is snug, a little too much snug, like I stop eating. That's it. Like that's it. That's my cue. Like, yo, you gained weight. Like that's my cue.
All right.
But yeah, bro, super. My wife knows I'm super anal about that. Like if I put shorts on and they don't fit, yeah, a dieta. Yeah, bro.
Go ride bike.
Yeah, no.
Do you sleep good?
No. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But for the most part, no.
Why do you think that?
Bro, I'm always, my hours to work like are super varied, dude. So I don't, the best time that I have to work is at night when everyone's sleeping and it's peace and quiet, that I don't have any distractions, that I can focus 100% and just go. Usually if I try to work during the day or whatever, like it's not a problem. Like my son will walk into the room and he wants to show me something, pull me out of the room. Like it starts, you know, like it kills my focus. So the best time that I found for me to work is at night. So that's why I lose sleep, honestly.
All right.
I'd rather spend the time with the family during the day if I can, and then once they go to sleep, do whatever it is that I need to do.
Nice. Now, we got you hooked up on one of these IVs here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me ask you, bro, when you do these IVs, I remember the last time that we gave you an IV was before the last show, right? Or
Before
something
my
like
last
that?
show in Orlando.
Yeah. what do they do for you before the shows? Because I mean, I know I pitched you on the idea of it's gonna give you energy and all of that stuff. But I mean,
They honestly, bro, it feels like, like being honest, even going day to day, even if you're a health freak and you're 100% in a gym all day, like it's impossible for you to be able to consume all the vitamins and nutrition that you need on a daily basis. So this is like the last piece of the puzzle, pretty much, like it fits in all the things that you think you missed out on.
What does it make you feel exactly? Like, cause so like, let's say for people that maybe have never tried an IV, what would, since your first IV was technically,
so most people, I would say 90%
what's the
of the
difference?
Or
what's a benefit?
What I feel is not what other people will feel. So like, I'm someone that's very hydrated.
okay.
And I want to say that 90% of the people or 80% of the population is not properly hydrated. Most people don't hydrate throughout the day. So since I'm properly hydrated, like
te da jugo.
What happened?
Te da jugo.
Yeah, me da jugo. No, I drink like 2 gallons of water a day, bro. But for the most part, what you feel is cleanse. I feel like a cleanse, and I feel like my body got like fresh fluid. I feel like my oil has been changed.
That's what's up.
So you changed his oil?
No homo. That's a good thumbnail clip right there. How do we do it? How is it? You got good compression in there. You got good pressure in there though.
I used to be a professional.
A professional.
That's what I used to be before I met my wife.
What the hell's a professional? Whatever that is.
That's another podcast.
Competition.
That's another podcast. On the next episode, we're gonna have my friend that used to be the number 2 in the United States.
But yeah, bro.
So you're a dad.
Yes.
You're a dad. You got enough energy to be a dad, bro?
It's hard.
Some days I have enough energy to be a dad.
Bro, these chamacos, they don't get tired, dude. No se cansan. Do I have enough energy? Yeah, man, I find the energy, but I'll tell you, bro, it's like you have to push through sometimes because it's not there, but you have to find it. Because you can't let your child suffer because of, whatever decisions I chose to make for my career or whatever. I choose to work long hours. Does it mean that he has to suffer and not enjoy time with me? Like, you have to push through, bro.
I agree. Tell him about your breathing exercises. I think that was the coolest thing.
Oh, man.
One day I was like, hey, what's up? Have you ever done Wim Hof? And he's like, nah, bro. I do dragon breathing. I was like, what?
Yeah, I do like chakra breathing and...
It's like, what?
What the hell's dragon breathing?
It's just different breathing to
Google
open up your
dragon
nasal
breathing.
Dragon's breath.
Dragon's breath.
Yeah, it's a breathing exercise that basically opens up your nasal passages. So people that suffer from like congestion or people that suffer from allergies, etc., it helps. It really does help clear up the passageway.
I'm more of a Wim Hof type of guy.
Yeah, I do them all, bro. I'm not racist, Wim Hof, Dragon's breath.
No, we started doing Wim Hof in the morning. So we changed our routine. And we were waking up at 6. We would do breathing exercises like from the beginning.
On the PEMF path.
And
you don't understand. It was we went from
and I literally felt
waking
like
up
I
in the
was
morning, dragging ass to you look forward to doing your breathing exercises.
And I'm not a morning person.
We
were doing Wim Hof, and I was like, oh man, like I actually have energy now. Like I felt awake as if you would after like a cold shower in the morning.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
It works, and that's why I do it.
Yeah. So I mean, why is it that breathing exercises end up working in the morning? I mean, we definitely got to get as much oxygen into the brain as we can. And while you're sleeping, yes, your brain is consuming a lot of oxygen, but since there's so much repair going on in the middle of the night, that
explain to people what happens when you sleep, because people don't know what happens when you go mimín. People don't know when you go night. ¿Qué es lo que pasa?
First of all,
dile ahí.
If there was one thing that I can tell you to do before you end up going to sleep, especially if you have issues sleeping, this little thing right here emits blue light. Right? We had this conversation, remember? It emits blue light. Blue light is a very, very bright light. That's why it is that you have this incredible...
¿Sabes los mosquitos? Cuando le ponen la luz. ¿Qué le pasa al mosquito cuando le ponen la luz? ¿Qué te pasa a ti cuando te ponen la luz? Sale.
What happens is that blue light stays on inside your brain, in the occiput, the back of your brain.
The what now?
The occipital.
The occiput. The occipital part.
Also who?
Look it up, mija. All right?
You know what we mean, okay?
You know what we mean. No te haga. So,
you're trying to sound so smart in the occiput. In the
You
occiput.
turn off. It's like if there is a light on in the back of your brain and it doesn't turn off until 2 hours after you turn that off. So let's just say if you're the type of person that has to sleep in total darkness, this is why you're not able to fall asleep real deep, because there's a light on inside your head. So either A, put that phone on night mode, or if not, B, 2 hours before you go to sleep, just
And
make
what
sure
do
They
you
say
saying?
they say no screens, whether it's TV, phone, no screens at all. At least 1 hour before going to bed.
make that 2.
And what about the temperature? I've heard lower the temperature.
Well, what happens is once you
And
lower
wait,
the temperature,
doesn't the phone also between the hours of, isn't it like around 4 a.m. that the brain releases?
So they said, yeah, there was a study that I saw. I mean, it says that from the hours of 11 to 4 o'clock in the morning is when the brain
11 p.m.
PM, yeah. So from 11 p.m. to 4 o'clock in the morning is when the brain isn't functioning how it's supposed to. I mean, this machine that we are, you're supposed to be on a circadian rhythm. You're supposed to sleep at night, be awake during the day. Now, so many people are awake at night and stuff like that, scrolling and stuff like that. There is a connection between people that are on their phone in the hours of 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. There's a connection of that and depression, that it releases chemicals in your brain that put you in a depressive state, man. It's freaking crazy. Now, it makes
I can see
sense
that.
why it is. Now, look at all of the teenagers and people in between, let's say 15 to
Lack of sleep.
24. What are they doing between those hours? Those are the ones that are sleeping, that are scrolling and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense.
Well,
man.
a lot of people scroll or they'll look at their Instagram or their phone in some way right before going to bed too.
Yeah,
Is it
but-
a habitual thing, or would you think that society, like
Oh,
in
Baba,
general,
this
is
the
becoming?
best drug they've ever made.
But but we are also seeing a very high increase in like ADHD and all this shit. And do you think that like we all, like as a society, we are becoming more and more like programmed to that? Because if you notice, society is becoming more like it has to be crack, because nobody can do the slow stuff anymore.
Yeah.
People aren't patient.
No, there's absolutely no patience. We live in a world where people want now. Everything has to be now. Nobody knows how to, I mean, and in the end, that's not how it works. I mean,
But I think it's also like, because at least when we grew up, right? ADD,
But I didn't have no
ADHD
internet,
was
bro.
not a thing.
I didn't have internet.
And
how
it was
did your
not
mom
a thing.
fix ADHD? All the
You know what
how
she
did
used to tell
fix it?
me?
She beat the shit out
You know
your
what she
ass.
used to tell me? No, bro. I used to be bored a lot as a child. Very bored. My mom would tell me, go outside, coge un palito, juega con mierda. I don't know. Go have fun. That's what she used to tell me, straight up. And my dad, tú estás bored. Sí, tú estás bored. Ah, ok. Tú estás bored. Tráeme cinto para que tú veas que tú estás bored. Ven acá. Yeah, bro. Like, no, there was no, I
That's
couldn't
what
play
I told
that shit.
That's what I told our son the other day. He's like, Mami, estoy bored. I'm like, tú estás aburrido. Mira, go outside and go catch a lizard. Go. He looked at me like, oh, okay. So he literally
Yeah,
went
bro, like, my
outside and he
child-
started catching lizards.
Dude, like I told my wife, I'm like, bro, my childhood, I used to get on a bike on a weekend at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I would not come back home until the sun came down. Like, I don't think that my child will be able to do that or enjoy that.
So we were actually talking about this the other day. Remember what the punishment used to be when you were a kid?
Boom.
Stay inside.
My punishment was stay inside. You couldn't go play hide and seek.
You couldn't go play outside.
Yeah.
It was no, and then even worse, they'd punish you and they put you in front of the window where your friends were playing outside.
Y míralo, pa' que tú veas.
That was I think like my mom on purpose would buy like ice cream or something like that for my
Torture.
friends. Torture.
Torture.
Ven acá.
Psychological
Everybody,
torture.
Yeah. We're starting a 12-hour basketball tournament. Bring everyone.
And she would give ice cream to the kids
Yeah,
outside
She did
while
it by
you were
prove a
accident.
inside.
That's
point.
pretty
To
messed
prove a
up,
point.
but that sounds like a good idea these days. That's how you torture them.
Just prove a point.
Now these days, you punish your kid. It's like, I'm taking away the electronics and you're going to the sun. No.
Yeah, bro.
And they melt and shit.
Times have changed, dude.
It's horrible. Do you know the human body needs sun to be able to
Yeah,
survive?
bro.
Do you know how important the sun is?
Vitamin Dizzle.
Let's get Dizzle.
Vitamin
Dizzle is
Dizzle.
right. So
Some people need vitamin D and some other people need the sun. ¿Tú me entiendes?
now that we have their attention about the sun and
different
why
things.
it's important, let's explain why.
What?
Why the sun's so important.
No,
Why
you explain that. I don't know that part. I mean, I know a lot of shit, but you explain that. I don't want to sound like an idiot here.
All right.
I know that the sun has vitamin D and it releases.
The
and
sun
it,
has vitamin
no,
D?
no,
Digo,
Papa.
the sun triggers your body to release what?
It makes vitamin D, bro.
Eso mismo.
So it converts the energy from the sun and
That's
it
what I
turns it
meant.
into vitamin D. All right. Now, vitamin D ends up turning into DHEA. DHEA.
It sounds like a package is about to be delivered.
Yeah. The package is going to be delivered. That's perfect because DHEA turns into testosterone. The
There you
fucking
go.
package,
So
bro.
that's why sun's important
The sun is very
for
important.
men. And what does it do for women?
Well, no, for everybody. You know, testosterone is important for everybody, right?
So the sun helps women produce testosterone as well.
Well, testosterone's job is to make red blood cells, which fixes almost every problem that there is.
Mira para allá.
Just think about that. So if you don't get enough sun,
So
that
it's the
means,
same for women?
Yeah.
Well, no, we have testosterone, right?
Very
Women-
low levels.
low
compared
levels,
to us,
but I mean, you need testosterone. If testosterone's only job in the body is to make red blood cells, do you think you need? Because I mean, red blood cells are the ones that hold the oxygen and shit.
You think you need it?
It's super healthy. It's super important. All right, but what happens is if you don't have that, then the lack of red blood cells means you're gonna not be able to
I know
fall
he needs
asleep
it.
deep at night. And if you don't fall asleep deep at night, then you don't repair and you don't wake up with energy and stuff like that. So deep sleep is incredibly important, and there's so many things that are just impeding us from getting that deep sleep. And because we have a lack of deep sleep, people are lazy, and then when you're lazy, you end up gaining weight.
Yeah,
Have you been to Europe?
never. I've canceled 3 trips.
You've canceled 3 trips? You know what the most impressive thing about Europe is? Everybody's skinny. It's crazy.
I wouldn't say skinny. I'd say everyone is
Looks healthy.
slim or fit, and everyone. But you walk.
Can
When we
see
went
the
to
American
Italy,
people. You can point them out.
When we went to Italy, we were eating-
That's like how I feel when I go. That's how I feel like when I go anywhere in Miami. Like I can tell anybody that is a Hialeah.
What? No.
I can pick them out.
What do you mean?
You can see it.
Hyalian.
Yeah, you can
This
tell
is
from a
thing.
mile away.
Gold sunglasses.
Puma.
Gold
Puma.
They got
sunglasses.
Puma. It closes really tight. It's real firm. It's real snug. You can see it all curves of their body.
Frosted tips.
So yeah,
The frosted tips. And now no one is that white wave that comes up. That's
Yeah,
my favorite.
you can
bro.
tell. You can tell. That guy's from La 39 right there. That guy.
You were like this. You look at him and he goes, "Go on."
Exactly. That's how you know, bro. You can see it.
He
Get
lives
on
behind
cafecito.
Westland Mall.
You can tell. That's how I tell.
Long pinky nail. that's the telltale right there. So, you got kids, right?
I have a son. Yes.
All right. So let me ask you. I'm gonna go into a very controversial little topic
Oh, boy.
here, especially since my wife is here. So the other day, we're scrolling through IG and we ended up seeing one of our friends, and they had a baby not too long ago. La socia se quedó un poquito ñoca. Little
Ñoca, ¿qué es eso?
Ñoca, like on the
On
the
se
thick
quedó.
side. So
On
she
the-
used to be super in shape, and she ended up.
She changed. She evolved.
She evolved
Like a Pokemon.
like a Pokemon. She turned into the Pokeball. Let me ask you, bro.
What's the question, bro?
I had this conversation with my wife, and actually it didn't turn into a conversation, but I was like, I was so thankful for her not being able to stay healthy while she was pregnant. The question is this: did you
I have a feeling this
fear?
question is gonna piss people off.
Did you have the same fear that your wife was gonna stay chunky
Ooh.
after, bro? Because I was terrified.
Honestly,
You were terrified?
Terrified.
What
Why?
the hell?
Why? Because I like you the way. I mean, look, I'm not real big into change, so I mean,
Yeah, but like if we're bearing a child, like I mean, we're basically
El tipo's
growing,
not CDL certified, is what he's trying
growing
to
a
say.
human.
That's what it is.
We're growing another human inside of us.
yeah, but other women have gone right back to it and have abs and all of that stuff. How come you can't just turn into them?
Also,
Do
the
you?
question is, do you think it's important for the woman to maintain her physique?
Yeah.
To go
Post-
back to like
postpartum.
pre-physique to postpartum.
To pre-baby.
Yeah.
So
Got
going
you.
back to
Yeah.
Going, you want to have your cake and eat it too.
No, the thing is, as a dad, you have to eat the cake for her.
I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, bro, I was in fear, but at the same time, like, whatever, bro. Like, hey, I love my wife, so it is what it is.
And if she would have been 150 pounds more,
You know, bro, like, what are you gonna do? Like,
this is when, if she's watching this, when you turn it off.
I mean, she's looking at me like that because she knows I'm lying. She knows I'm lying because I've told her.
Face.
But like at the end of the day, bro, like no, bro. Like I tell her it to incite fear, but I'm
Incite
never gonna leave her.
fear.
I'm never gonna leave her. But you gotta like scare them that you are. You know, like,
You want to know?
How
bro, because she does it to me too. She tells me she goes, no te pongas gordito. She's like, a mí no me gustan los gorditos.
She's done this to me on a few
So then-
occasions. No, but she'll actually.
But listen,
but
but
this
not-
is how she
But
looks
the
at me.
difference is that we don't carry a baby.
It's not
Exactly. You guys are not carrying a baby. I mean,
We're supposed
it is
to,
what it is.
sorry.
We're growing humans
They're
inside of us.
they have-
enough food to feed this infant for the first at least 4 months of life, because now you got to
think
produce
the women
milk.
in the Amazon end up eating extra ice cream because they're pregnant?
No.
I didn't think so either.
They
Or
don't also get
cheeseburgers.
Wendy's chicken nuggets at 12 o'clock at night. ¿Tú me entiendes?
2:00 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
And don't even buy if
Krispy
you forget if you forget
la
the
luz
honey
está
mustard.
encendida.
If you forget the honey mustard.
No,
brother.
babo. My wife, if I'm driving by Krispy Kreme and la luz está encendida, I gotta stop.
You know what I've done, bro? I've learned that while she was pregnant, go to any restaurant and if they're like almost closing or something like that, just use the listen, but my wife is pregnant and I have to make sure that I show up with this. If not, she's
They
gonna
just
kill
give
me.
it to you?
Bro, what? They're like, oh my god, por favor, no. You're a complete different species right there, bro. Out of nowhere, humanity sets in. No, Baba, you gotta get it for her.
She's
You gotta get
pregnant?
it
No,
for-
yo la
she's
comida.
pregnant for her. And as you're walking out, you just eat it in front of that guy. Like,
It's
what?
just hard that like when you're pregnant, you get these cravings, and it's like you have to satisfy the craving, otherwise like you're not normal. I would get a craving for during one, I forget which pregnancy, that I wanted specifically the molten lava dessert from Flanagan's.
From there, it had to be like that one.
Had to be that one.
Pero
with
¿qué
the
es eso, dude?
sticks, with the
Like, what
with
happened
the
in your
Kit Kat
brain?
With the
sticks.
Kit Kat sticks.
And then I'm sitting there with like a super panza eating at the bar. We sat at the bar and I was just like eating my bowl of like dessert. And some lady comes over and she's like, "Can I have some?" And I just looked at her and I was like,
Bro, you understand? I was like a pit bull. She
It
did
was
one of
like
these.
the
She's
monster
like,
came out. I just grabbed her. I was like, "Grrr."
I almost bought her
Back
one
off.
for herself. So baby, I got you. Let me buy you one. So just stay.
But
away.
it's
Don't even
hard
look
because
at
like
me.
you have with any pregnancy, like we feel beautiful, but it's like mixed. It's like you feel beautiful,
I would've gained
and then at the
100
same
pounds.
time, no. It's like you feel beautiful because you know you're growing a baby inside, but then at the same time, you don't feel great about your body. There's all of these changes happening and very fast, and then on top of that, now you have to technically eat for the baby as well, and then it's like it's just a lot.
I
Like to
used to-
worry about.
I'm not
but
gonna
I-
lie,
But
my-
I think he told me something in the very beginning, like messing around. He was like, "Oh, don't get fat." With the first one, I was like, "Listen, if I get fat, I get fat. I'm just." It's not about during the pregnancy. It's not about gaining weight necessarily. It's just about staying healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about staying healthy, not only for you, for the baby, for when you give birth. That makes a huge difference. You know, how depending like how much weight you've gained. So I used to walk a lot with every pregnancy. I would just walk.
I used-
Put
my
the baby
wife-
in the stroller and go for like a 3-mile walk.
But my wife used to tell me her cravings, and I would tell her sometimes, I'm not gonna go get that shit. I'm not gonna get that. ¿Tú quieres comer qué? Nah. Nah. You're not gonna give that to the baby.
Is that when you had?
For real?
I swear you're gonna get a
didn't kill
sty,
you?
and I'll be like, give me a sty right now. I'm like, you're not eating that shit.
Is that when you had the crutches?
Nah, I don't know. No, but first there was that
Would've beat
times.
you up.
There was times where she would just want things, and I'm like, no, like you're not gonna eat that now.
No.
No.
They use it, bro. They use that panza esa. They try to get us to do stuff.
La panza esa.
They're like, I'm pregnant. Remember when you said that you were gonna paint the whole house? Look, I'm pregnant.
Oh, don't even get me started with that shit. Sand it. We have an inside joke called "You want to sand it?"
You want to
wanna
sand
sand
it?
Yeah, bro, because my wife wanted to change something, and I was like, "Mijita, I'm gonna have to sand the ceiling if you want it that way." And she goes, "Bueno,
She
sand
wanted to
it."
get rid of the popcorn.
Brody, and then sand it. ¿Pa qué fue eso, bro? Polvo all over the fucking house, dog. Everywhere, la ropa llena de polvo everywhere. And I go,
Christmas.
tú no querías sand it, right? Coge sand it.
Sandy.
Sand it.
Oh my god.
Well, my brother, we really do appreciate. Oh, look, your IV is done. Now you can go jogging. You can do what you gotta do. Inflammation should be gone. You should be feeling better, hydrated. Your head
Se me
is
acabó la bolsita. I
Your
want
head is
more. I
glowing
feel like I
more.
dry. You got more vitamins. Stuff.
Oh, I put the taurine in
Got the
there.
NAD, dog.
I put the taurine in there.
Taurine.
El taurine was for
Eso es
pa
to
machete.
make my pee yellow, right? The pee come out yellow.
Es pa machete, right? Sí, vaya, so
Not
you show your
turmeric.
wife,
It's
so you
not
go-
Oh, I
turmeric.
thought it was turmeric. I thought that was
No, right.
I was about to be like, baby, I'm gonna be spicy tonight, oíste.
Spicy.
No, you're gonna be spicy tonight, bro.
He's
You're
gonna be curry.
spicy
He's gonna
tonight.
be curry tonight.
So it raises your libido. So
Okay.
enseña la socia.
Oh,
Show you later, babe.
baby number
Show her
2.
later, babe.
Baby number 2 coming right up.
Baby Leonard too. You can name the child Daniel. It's a good name.
Oh God, don't.
It's a good name.
No, my father-in-law is gonna want dibs.
Oof.
He's gonna want a junior.
You that one?
Her dad wants a junior. Her dad wants me to make a junior of him.
Of
That's
him.
how this works.
That's interesting,
Isn't
bro.
it?
It's not a conversation that most dads have about, oye, me hace falta uno más. Me hace falta que me hagas uno más. Dale. Leave my house. Go. Go make a baby. You, daughter, go.
You think I'm kidding?
You daughter, go.
Well, bro, thank you so much
Thank
for
you guys.
coming over
It's
here,
been
bro.
fun.
We
Appreciate it.
appreciate not only the friendship that we built. I will tell you, I think one of my funnest things to do now these days is to call you up and ask to go golfing just to see you pissed off at me not having a clue what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, bro. If you don't golf, like, start golfing, please.
That guy's a badass. Like,
know
for
what you're
real,
doing with
for
your
real,
What are you
for
doing with your
real.
life?
Tipo tremendo pingu.
I mean, after I played how I played yesterday, I would beg to differ, but, you know, whatever. I'm decent.
But yeah, so now my mission is to piss him off at Top Golf.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him there. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, man, what we wanted was to make sure that people knew not only the hee ha ha that you got going on, man, but how much more it is that you care about people in general, and it shows with how it is that you take care of yourself to be able to bring the joy and happiness that you give to people, man. You got all the energy in the world to make people fucking happy and laugh, and we appreciate that, bro.
Thank you. Thank you guys, honestly, for supporting me. And then thank you guys for what you're doing, bro. What you guys are doing with people, for real. Like, this works. Like, the people don't understand what it takes to be healthy, bro, and it's discipline. And even me, bro, like, I could be a Nazi sometimes, bro, when it comes down to, like, my discipline, but we all go off the rails every now and then, bro. So
Well, I think it's just getting back on it, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever you go off the rails, like it happens to anybody.
but it's
At
hard,
any given
bro.
time.
It's hard when you go off the rails. It's hard to get back on,
it.
dude. So it's the best. What I found, bro, is like I try to live the hybrid life. You know, a little bit of both in the middle, a little bit of fun, a little bit of that. But yeah, what you guys are doing, bro, it's great, and I would love to see more of this because a lot of people here a lot of people out there here know, but out there don't have a clue about a healthy lifestyle. They really don't, man.
It's a
They
life hack, bro.
they don't. So, you know, let's give them, let's bring them up to date.
Bring them up to date. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, we are _FLULESS_.
No. If you don't follow them on Instagram, métense dedo en el culo. By the way, their handle is, now you can tell them their handle. You can tell them your handle, sorry.
It's the little
La
underscore.
cosita?
You told me to get rid of that. We're still trying to figure out
Yeah.
how we could sue somebody to get rid of the FLULESS because they own our handle, but whatever. La cosita, so it's a little underscore line. FLULESS, FLULESS _ on
got
our
it.
lineacita. And follow us, man. We'd appreciate that.
Hundo. Follow the people. Follow the boys.
Catch you
you
guys
so
later on another episode of Flu Talks, more health, less
Less
bullshit.
bullshit.
Dale, sácame la pinga esta.
Dale, I got you.